You're welcome back to the program. You're still watching the Afia Morning Weekend Show. And we've had a very, very, very interesting lineup today. I mean, from our chit chat to the newspaper review, very interesting, to what's happening in Anambra State, to reports from around the region. And we are going to be ending it on a sweet note, no pun intended, talking about thriving in the food industry, a vendor's recipe for success. And we have Nwachukwu Grace Ezinne, Chef Zeeny, who is the CEO of Zeeny's Bites, to have this very insightful conversation with us. Good morning, how are you doing?
Good morning, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
I don't know who told you people to wear black.
Yeah,
that's true.
I don't know why I missed the memo. I don't know why everybody's wearing black, but it is what it is. So give us a bit of background story. How did you, because when it comes to chefs and people who bake and all of that, I'm like, is it that you ate food so good, you're like, I need to continue to eat this, or you cook well? Because there are people who cook well, and then every next thing, you should have a food business. Start a food business because you cook well. And then some people that are eating their food, I'm like, you should not be anywhere around the kitchen. They should ban you from anything culinary. But for you, how did going into food business start?
Okay, somehow I would say food came to me kind of a way, because I think if I thinking in retrospect, 10 years ago, I don't think I would ever think of like I want to start cooking. Kind of a thing. So I remember when I was 11, I started a very small business, and I made my first profit. It was just 700 naira, and I was so happy. And guess what? I wanted to use that money to cook noodle soup, and that's because where I came from, we don't eat noodle soup. So I went to school that day, and a friend of mine from class told me how her mom made noodle soup, and it was so nice. So when I got home, I told my mom, I was like, Mom, we need to make noodle soup. Mom said, no. That's not our own kind of soup. So when I made...
Where are you from?
I'm from Ebonyi State.
Oh, okay.
From a place called Ohozara, opposite. So when I made that first money, I was like, you know what? I'm not buying anything. I'm making soup with this money. And even up till now, I still remember the memories just so clear in my mind, how joyful I was when I made that. So fast forward when I got into school, I still didn't learn, by the way. So I'll cook for people and they'll be like, wow, this is so nice. So I said, okay, maybe we should just give this a try. And so there we are here.
Okay.
That's it for me.
That's beautiful. I think it's okay, not exactly similar to my story. I had a different experience per se. I had always loved to cook myself. Okay. Always loved to cook. Always loved to cook. Never thought of it as a business though, but I just loved to cook. I think when Sapma, they say, wait, Sapma will hold you. And you start thinking about your skills. How can I monetize this? How can I make this bring out something? So that's the story for me. But now so with that, I want to ask about the business side of it. Because a lot of people just seem to get into cooking business. Too many people. I mean, everybody now is a chef. We now wonder who eats the food since everybody is now cooking. While that's an amazing thing, the business part of it, are there things that you think that chefs nowadays are missing out on? Because I personally, I've seen friends of mine who are also doing the business, and you find out that what they have is content. What they have is content. While content is important to make sure that people see that you are doing something all the time. Are you actually doing something? Are you making money? So that's like 2-in-1 question. Does this cooking business bring money? And then are there things in the business side of it that chefs don't seem to be paying attention to?
Okay, I think I tell people that it's one thing to cook well. It's another thing to make money out of cooking. And that means that if you might have the skill of cooking, and you don't know the business side of cooking, right? So, and that's where most persons get it twisted. And you look at them, I've been doing this for 2 years. I cook very well. People say my food is nice, but I'm not making profit out of it. So I think it's just basically understanding. Most persons are quite too emotional. So you see a friend that say, oh, please cook for me 50%. I don't have money. You just manage what I have, and then you just collect it and you cook. But if you really want to make, because business at the end of the day is I make profits. If I don't make profit, there is no business. And it's just an hobby. So when you understand this, then you have to sit down. If you don't know this, you can go online and even Google these things, or even meet people that are already succeeding in it. How are you doing this and all of that? That's one of the things that have helped me strive. Because I know that I want to make money out of this. So I had to sit down. do my costing properly, and understanding the industry where I am, that it takes time to build. Cooking is a service. So you don't expect to come in and just, boom, you're already making money like someone who, because when you understand the kind of business you do, I think it has a way of shifting your mind. Because if I cook for you and you like it, you tell your friend. The two of you tell your friend. That's 2, that's 4, right? The 4 of you still move ahead and still tell your friends. That's like 6, right? So when you understand that, oh, I'm in the food space and I have to take my time to grow. And because I have to take my time to grow, I don't have to take every job that comes to me, even if it's not bringing profits. And I understand there's a side to that. So maybe you're just trying to grow your business and you're just doing it because you just want people to know you cook well. I did that at a point in time in my life. But then I also told myself that even if I'm not going to make profit, I shouldn't use my money to run the business.
Very important.
Okay.
So I must make sure that I sit down, do my costing properly. Make sure whatever thing you are paying me is covering all the costs. And I not make profits at that time. I think by April, I'll be like half a decade cooking here in Enugu.
Wow. That's beautiful.
So if I'm not going to make profit out of it, I shouldn't use my money. Because there was a time I did that. I think 2020, 2021, I was doing that again in Enugu. I would just say, you know what? This is what it's going to take me for me to cook this food. Just go buy it, bring it, I'll do it for you. And I was doing it with all joy. But I made sure that my money is not entering inside. That the only thing I'm giving out is just my service. Because you get it twisted when you have to borrow money to do a job. And after the job, you don't even have money to even pay back. And then you're just in that cycle. That's just
okay. Still in the business aspect of cooking, there are people that started with passion just like you started. So I would like to ask, did you have any culinary, did you have to attend any culinary training? And do you think it's very advisable to also want to attend culinary, even when you're very good with cooking?
Yes, it's very, very important. When I started off, I didn't start off with a culinary skill. Like I told you, I schooled in UNN. So I used my Wi-Fi like mad. UNN Wi-Fi, Lioness at a library. I used it efficiently, like I did. I will always be there. Once the hostel opens up, I'm always there 5:30 a.m. because I know people are not much. So the Wi-Fi goes faster at that time. And very late, like 30 minutes before hostel closes up. That's another good time to go down and download videos. But then when I now knew that, oh, okay, I really want to take this as a business, I had to go for further learning. Because what that will do to you is that you are riding on shoulders of people that have gone the race. Right? You are not trying to, rough your way around it. You are climbing on shoulders, and that really gives you an edge. Because when you see that, oh, my chef said, oh, this is not good, this is good, I can just pick that up instead of me trying to figure it out with my head. So yeah, it's very,
smoother
very
and easier ride.
Yeah. So even if you don't have the money now to go for it, because trust me, they are quite expensive, especially when you want the good one. If you don't have the money to go now, start with what you have. But once the money comes into your hand, please, by all means, go for it.
It's very important for
it's very, very important.
You see some people say they have the skill, they know how to cook. People testify that they know how to get it. I don't think it's right or necessary to continue.
Learning is continuous. No matter what you know now, in the next 10 years, it might not be very relevant. You get. So if you know you want to be in a business and you want to, go through that phase, because what was obtainable 10 years ago is not obtainable now. And what is obtainable now will not be obtainable in the next 10 years. I tell myself every day that I'm a lifelong learner. So at every point in time, I will still keep going for trainings and keep learning and keep getting better. Because I believe that that's the only way I can stay through, even when life is changing.
I want to ask, I think, about 2 questions, but let me ask this first one. When it comes to recipes, because as an Okija babe, there must be crayfish inside.
Please, let's not do this.
Let's do it.
Let's go there. There must be crayfish inside.
Try to see that now.
I wanted everything. The other day I was cooking.
Jollof rice.
Jollof rice. I wanted to do egg sauce. Tomato, the one that has tomato and everything.
You see. Please tell me you agree with me on this.
I wanted to do egg sauce. What are you putting there?
Chef Zeeny,
what are you putting crayfish inside egg sauce?
Who do you agree with?
Please, I'm not saying whether you agree or not. I'm talking about my heritage. I didn't even say I'm an Igbo babe, because see, if I said I'm an Igbo babe, they would have fought me. I came to a village and I said I'm an Okija babe. I was blending tomato and this. I said, bring out crayfish. What do you want to do? I said, I want to cook stew. So
Hey,
I
God.
I don't put crayfish in
He said, I
stew.
don't know anymore. I don't know. And I said, not say I'm an Igbo guy, not say I'm an Arab girl. I said, I'm going to kill your baby. I'm from Mudioka. We used to usually put crayfish inside
It was even recent
we are putting.
that I realized that
please,
it's
no,
a
no.
fact that you don't put
It's a problem.
jollof rice.
I don't
It's a
know.
problem.
You don't put
Jollof
crayfish in
rice.
jollof rice.
Please, please.
Okay.
Crayfish in jollof rice.
It's
No.
a fine.
Like I said, I am a simple babe from Mudioka. Okija.
I like my
I don't know for Afia people. I don't know what they do there. But why would you put crayfish in jollof rice?
Jollof
I don't know.
Tell
That's
us, please,
what
ma.
jollof rice.
No, let's leave the floor. to
But
you.
my question is, I think we have seen the pushback. My question is, when it comes to recipes, because obviously I don't know about restaurants, I don't know their recipes, but
Okay.
I'm not saying that they cook it, they don't put it inside, I won't eat it, you
Yeah,
know.
sure.
But people use like their bias to cook food.
Mm.
I've eaten like food meals from Divine, and I know she does not put crayfish in jollof rice. You know, and people use their own personal you know, maybe culture or
Yeah,
whatnot to
that's
cook.
all.
You know, if you eat what I cook, you will see that there's crayfish inside. I don't know for you. I don't know for you people, but people use their own bias to cook. But how are you able to make sure that this meal you're doing, even though when you're using your own personal, because some people that like spicy, that's like, I like spicy to an extent. I like food that, what's that song? Let it show that there's pepper in this food. There must be, you know, it doesn't have to be
that's
crazy
good.
spicy, but how are you now able to remove personal culture, remove personal bias, and make sure, okay,
Especially since it's for commercial purposes.
this is commercial, make sure that this food, everybody
Everybody
Likes
can eat
it.
it. Very important.
I think that boils down back to what we said, the business side of cooking.
Yeah.
I'm not cooking what I like.
Point.
What my
Okay,
customers
fine.
want to eat. So I had that at the back of my mind. I like pepper. I grew up in Lagos. Hello.
Yeah.
So I like pepper. In fact, my personal food, we have pepper. I find it
can't
difficult
eat
to
it,
eat it. That's how I grew up. But when I'm cooking for someone, I understand that I'm not cooking what I like. Because I'm not the one that will eat the food. And if my customer does not like it, they won't come back.
Sure.
I make smoky jollof rice. I have a customer in Enugu that I don't put that smoky for her. Because the very first day I gave, normally that's my brand, smoky jollof. If you want good smoky jollof rice in Enugu, come to Chef Zeeny, I will give it to you. Very good one. So when I made it for the first time to her, she told me that when she opened the plate, that she felt like the rice burnt too much. I was like, ma, that's
the flavor.
That's the flavor you're supposed to. No, Chef Zeeny, I like from town. People actually see ya burn. So we had to note it down. So these days, I ask people, do you just want jollof rice or you want smoky jollof rice? So that really has helped me a lot. So people like, take him because smoky jollof rice. This is smoky jollof rice.
People down there don't really
know. People down here don't know it. But in Lagos, if you cook any jollof rice and it's not smoky, you don't know how to cook rice.
It's for the firewood
Do
party
you
rice.
understand?
Yeah.
If you are selling food and it's jollof rice and it's not smoky, it's assumed you don't know how to
You
cook.
don't know what you're doing.
So when you are in business, you're not in business for yourself. You are in business for those who are paying you the money to do that job. So you should consider them, not what you like. Because if you keep doing what you like, anyway, maybe you'll be buying the food from yourself and just be eating with your family. So when you have that really helps. So even if you now that likes your fish too much, you are coming into the food, you have to put that aside. When you go to your house and you want to cook,
You know, go do this food business. So see why me and Ogo are doing trial for the
so now you want to make money. I said you don't want to make money. Like you want
I
to.
want to do business for charity.
Exactly. Because I buy your food today and it's not giving me what I want. Imagine you told me you're selling jollof rice and I buy the jollof rice. I'm not saying that it's only crayfish that you can cook the jollof rice. Yeah, girl, I'm not coming again. Hello. Because this day, money is not fine. Like, money is not easy to come by in Nigeria. So when people bring out their hard-earned money to pay you for a product, don't be a wicked person.
I think
do your due diligence.
I saw somebody made a tweet and said that woman, I think the person bought Zobo from somewhere. I was like, that woman, don't ever try this again. Change it for the woman. Because you bring out money and you do something like, what is whoever try? Like, honestly, we need to start confronting some vendors. You buy the food, they say, you try this again. Another thing with shawarma and all of those things. But we're running out of time. I think the final question I want to ask is, with the ever-changing foodstuff prices, because you see that's think of something that's very limiting, you know, especially for like small scale small scale businesses. You see the the ones who have gotten a certain level of stability. You know, we see that their recipes will change. The ones where they cook with pepper go reduce, not because they don't want to, because the price of it is, you know. So you see the quality of the food drops for some people, and then some people who do not want to compromise quality, they stop altogether. So what would be your advice on a really, like, just sum it up? What would be your advice for people, especially when dealing with the food stuff, the cost of the materials to cook?
I would say if you are reducing your quality in Nigeria now, you are doing yourself a disservice. It's very, very simple. Because if you say, let's say for example, I know Zeny's Bites, I buy food from them, and they have been good for like 2 years. And now I'm buying food and I'm saying that it's no longer giving what it used to give. Trust me, I'll start looking for other vendors.
True.
But I know it's not easy being in business in Nigeria now. Trust me, it's not funny. The fact that you give a customer price today and then you go to market the next day and saying that, it has happened to me. I remember someone asked me for food, so I gave them a certain price. By the time they paid, like 2 days later, I went to market like 3 days later.
You see the shock of your life.
Granite oil has risen from 54,000 naira I bought 2 weeks ago to 90,000 naira in just a space of 2 weeks. That's crazy. Do you get? But I used to have a saying that whatever is worth doing is worth doing well. And if you must make money as a business person in Nigeria today, you must give out quality. If you don't give out quality, trust me, it's just a matter of time, you'll be out of business. So just do your costing very well. That's what I used to tell people. For every, as a food vendor, for every time people ask me for food, I go back again and press my calculator. So that I don't want
for every order.
For every order. Even if I showed you yesterday, these days I have to collect number of all my suppliers in the market. So before I even give out food costing, Alpha, you don't add money, tomato add money. No, see the same price. Okay, no problem. I'll give her. Then I'll now also add some small miscellaneous because the market is crazy these days. The food market especially is crazy.
So you're saying that whenever things go high, you increase your price instead of dropping quality.
The only thing there is that people will keep coming. Depending how you now communicate your price increase to your customer. Because if I buy this thing for 10 naira and I'm coming tomorrow, you're telling me it's 15 naira. The way you communicate will determine whether I will buy or not buy. So that's the customer service that is in it. So how do you communicate to your customer? Oh, there's a price increase. Everybody understands. But it's not how you communicate it that now determines if the person will keep patronizing you or the person will be like, you know what? I'm done. Let's go, I'm going to cook our food in our house. and add crayfish. And add crayfish.
Amen. What we're talking about. Anyways, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chef Zeeny. I mean, this was very insightful. Nwachukwu Grace Ezinne, Chef Zeeny, CEO of Zeny's Bites. Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, to you, our viewers, thank you very much for watching the Afia Morning Weekend show today. But before we go, we cannot leave without wishing a very, very happy birthday to Mrs. Gift Jones, the mother of Jones in this office.
Our own
Jones. Our own Jones. Jones is such a sweetheart. Very hardworking. Very hardworking.
Very
really
calm as well.
Very calm and so great to work with. Exactly. That's the point. Because not everybody that is good to work with.
It's true.
People get their own. Do you understand? But Jones is such a level-headed guy, an amazing person, really good to work with. And of course, it's a reflection of the amazing person that you are as well, to raise such a fine gentleman. Want to wish you a very happy birthday. We want to wish you a very happy birthday, and we pray that this year will be your best year yet. And very soon, Jones will marry
for you.
And marry and give you grandchildren and buy house and motor for you very soon. Happy birthday, Mrs.
Happy birthday, Mrs.
And of course, to you, our viewers, thank you very much for watching the Afia Morning Weekend show today. Do well to follow us on all our social media platforms. My name is Favor Obingelba.
My name is Divine Onoha.
And my name is Nwachukwu Osai. See you again on News Today.